That was exciting. I just feel like giving out the numbers even though we're not taking calls just for the hell of it. But I don't think I will. It's the Blue Jays Roundtable on the Jeff Blair Show, just ahead of Baseball Central. So if we've got Wilner, Davidi, myself, and Kevin Barker in here, we're calling it a roundtable, Travis. What's Barker and myself? Okay. I don't know. I just thought we'd come up with something. Well, I was hoping Travis would come up with something witty, but he wasn't that good as usual.
I don't understand what the question meant.
Mr. Wilnerness. Sorry, I just like that name. It fits you, Wilner.
Johnny Locke came up with it. The great writer for the National Post.
Wilderness. Home open for the Blue Jays today, 7 o'clock on Sportsnet 590, the Fan and Sportsnet Ontario. Hazel May. Who? Hazel May will be live with... I'm just saying that because Parker's here. Sportsnet Central with Hazel May will be live from the Rogers Centre from 4:30 to 6:30 in Sportsnet Ontario. Bob McCowan. Primetime Sports, he'll be down at field level from 4 to 7 in Sportsnet 590, the Fan, Campbell and Zahn with Blue Jays Central, 6:30.
Have you seen the lineup of guests that Bob McCowan has for primetime today?
No, read it.
We got it sent to us here.
Hang on.
It's in our email.
Okay.
Rob Manfred's going to be on the show.
He's the commissioner of Major League
He's the
Baseball.
commissioner of Major League Baseball. Paul Beeston, Alex Anthopoulos, John Gibbons, and various and sundry Blue Jays that'll be walking by on the field. I'm sure that Joseph W. Batts will be one of his guests. He always seems to get him.
He does, yes.
Yeah. That's going to be a power-packed primetime.
It will be a power-packed primetime.
And then Jerry's back after that, so, you know.
That's right. Jerry's back doing the play-by-play today after the wedding.
After the wedding.
After the wedding. He'll be the third man in the booth yet again.
Yet again. Loving every minute of it.
They could do worse.
Thank you.
What a resounding vote of confidence. Yeah, it could do worse.
Good to know there are people in my corner.
Ari Dickey gets a start tonight for your Blue Jays, Mike Wilner, against Jake Overeasy. I'm sorry, that's a Wilnerness thing, isn't it? Overeasy. What do you call it?
When I heard Rustic doing the update and he said Overeasy, I immediately thought, yeah, they should be calling this guy Overeasy.
There you go. And John Jason Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Yep. Hopefully he's on the DL, isn't he? There will be no John Jason Jingleheimer Schmidt.
There's some tremendous talent in this room right now.
I know where to go with that. The rotation. Gentlemen, the rotation. Dickey. Hutchison, whatever order. Hutchison, Dickey. Norris. Sanchez, Burley. Any concerns from what you've seen?
I mean, Sanchez wasn't great, but it was one. I don't think you can have concerns after one outing from you can't draw any conclusions from one start, but I think it's got a chance to be a very, very good rotation. There's a chance that it might not be, but I think Dickey and Burley are about as reliable as you can get, and I like Hutchison a lot too. And I think that Daniel Norris has a chance, a really good chance to be the
Daniel Norris, he's been that one guy that
he's got a chance to be spectacular.
I talked to a scout at spring training who told me that he was surprised. He'd seen Norris a little bit, but he saw him, he was on him in spring training. He said he was surprised at how good he was. Like, he knew he was good. But he said when you actually sort of follow him on a regular basis, he said he's like on a different level compared to a lot of
I said to somebody in spring training said to me, so Daniel Norris, what do you think? And I said, 18-5 with a 310. And I was only really half joking. Exactly, because wins don't mean anything. But with this offense, you don't have to be that good to pile up wins. You just got to throw some innings and get people out. Norris has a chance to, I mean, he led the Grapefruit League in strikeouts. He led the minor leagues in strikeouts for 9 last year. He's really, really good.
Secondary pitches, throws them any count. 3-1, 3-2, breaking balls, off-speed pitches, likes his changeup, gets ahead of guys at times, which is very important. I think his pitching staff keeps him in yard. That's the biggest issue. If they can stay away from the 2- and 3-run homers, I think they're going to do really well, because solo shots not going to hurt you. With the offense they have, if they can keep it in the yard, they'll be very good.
You talked a little bit before the break, Mike, about Batista and about the offense, and just especially the middle of the order with Batista and Encarnacion and Donaldson. How good is this middle of the order, do you think, compared to some of the others we've seen?
I think
of recent Blue Jays.
I think it's historically good.
Blue Jays history or baseball history?
I think you've got three guys who get 40 homers each, who should have an OPS over 900 each and could be over 950, all three of them. I got into it with a little bit of a debate with Venice about this last week, and he said,
I don't know why you just don't block them out.
No, it was on the radio. You can't block people on the radio.
You can't block people on the radio. For example, right now I'm not paying attention. I think you're saying.
But he kept saying, how can you say this is such a great threesome? And then he kept throwing, great duos at me. Is it better than Ruth and Gary? Well, no, but there were only two of them. This is three people who the 3, 4, 5, and whether it should be 2, 3, 4, it probably should, but what are you going to do? The way baseball works. But I believe it is an historically good collection of talent.
I'm going to be fascinated to see Donaldson in this ballpark. I really am. I think he's going to have. I thought he might have the best offensive numbers of the bunch. You correctly pointed out that his on base isn't going to be. But
it still could be 360, but Batista could be 400.
Yeah. But I think Donaldson in this ballpark.
Russell, he only hit 11 homers at home last year.
Right. Yeah.
And you just think about how many balls he lost because of that, and how territory. And you know what? Yeah, that too. Sure. In Oakland, you really have to kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if he can maybe even shorten up a little bit, if he doesn't have to do so much. And the same thing for Justin Smoke, to a lesser degree. But when you come from those big ballparks, some guys tend to expand their swing, try to really muscle up and try to jack the ball out of there. And they're not going to have to do that. And if they take that step back or making more contact, sometimes even if you get it not quite on the barrel, if you get enough of it, still go.
Carlos Delgado used to say that hitting in Oakland was pattern.
Well,
because you have to
destroy the baseball.
You have to destroy it to do anything.
And when you're in the West, and Shai points out Smoke too, I think Smoke is going to love Rogerson, and hopefully they get him in the lineup enough. But you don't just have Oakland. You got to hit in Seattle too. Yeah. You got to hit in Anaheim, and that's not an easy place to hit home runs in. Texas is, but that's the only one in the division. And you come here, you got 5 ballparks, and the ball just flies out.
I think the three guys you just mentioned, Batista, Encarnacion, and Dawson, when chemistry, I can't remember a year that chemistry matters as much as it does this year with all the young guys they have, setting examples not only on the field but off the field. Those three guys are going to lead by example. I think that's very important. Chemistry is not a big deal all the time. This time I think it's a bigger deal than it is in past years just because of the inexperience they have and on so much emphasis on the offensive side of the ball to score runs and carry your team, and the three guys in the middle of your lineup do both. They take care of the clubhouse and they do it on the field too. I just think it's huge for the Jays.
I think it may be more Martin than Donaldson than the other two.
You watch Batista, the attitude. I think it's attitude. He's had a home run and attitude.
Same attitude they've had for 3 years. I think Mike is right. I think Martin's edge isn't the right word, is it?
Moxie.
Yeah, more than edge.
That's why I'm the right.